Hello. Welcome to, whoa, hair is a little crazy there. Welcome to, I'm going to do a filter. Let's see about that one. There we go. Perfect. Welcome to my live. Today is 74 of 365 days. So I'm going to do this as I'm going to get my area set up. I have a new client this evening and I want to have time to ground before I connect with her. But I did a live earlier and my phone freaking overheated. And it was really good too. And I was like, God damn it. So I was like, you know what? Don't do any lives in the car in the summer in Florida. So that was my lesson there. But I'm going to basically re-say what I said in the live earlier because this is very true to very on my heart. And I talked about this in June as I was preparing for that month. And what I felt in May was this collapse of energy, this not listening to my feminine, and how I needed more of the foundations in order to create that expansion. And it's absolutely true. When I created the foundations that I needed to support the growth that I was going on, that I've been on, and that growth was finally able to really land, I had the systems in place to support this evolution, right? So our foundations is like the masculine structures and the expansion is our feminine. And this goes across all boards. This goes on to when you are wanting to expand in love, when you're wanting to expand in money and business, and when you're wanting to expand with your body and your health. You will always have to have the foundations, the masculine, the base in order to expand even more. Like if you think about if you look at structural things, if you look at a big mansion, you need to have the foundations in order for that mansion to hold there, right? It's the same, like we know that logically when we look at things, but the thing is that expansion is hot and sexy. We all want expansion. We all want to do the work in order for us to get to the things we want to do. The visualization, we do the inner healing, we do the work, and we don't see the actual results in person. We're like, where is our results? Where is our results? I'm doing all this expansion. I'm doing all this growth. I feel so much better about myself. I feel so much more confident about myself. But where is the growth? Where is my actual results that I'm looking for, right? So when we look at relationships, this foundation is the individuation needed from the systems that we grew up in, the generational programming, and wounds and curses. And by curses, I don't mean that somebody placed a spell on you. I'm talking about the ingrained beliefs that have been passed down through generations and generations, the trauma that has been passed down through generations and generations, through your epigenetic line, through your DNA, through not just DNA, but also just through what you see growing up, the behaviors and the beliefs and the things that your parents have passed on. The individuation is that foundation that you need in order for you to experience sacred union love. In my life, in my own experience, and what I've seen in relationships that have this love, there has been a strong individuation of them, of their soul, of creating a sovereign soul, because sacred union is two sovereign souls coming together. Two sovereign souls coming together. If you want the caliber of man that's a good man, that wants to do right by you, that wants to do right by him first, but from him and his own integrity of who he is and what he stands for, and for you, where he has also cleaned up his wounds, where he has purified his vessel and purified his relationship to his mother and father, and continues to do it, because it's not something that you just a one and done. It's a continuous process that you are continuing. There's like a big one of the big shifts, right? The big individuation process. And then these little tiny pieces, these nuances that create that extraordinary love. The nuances that create the mastery in your love life, in your sex life, in your communication, and all the things that you need in order for you to create and manifest the life of your dreams, you and your partner. So with me saying that, and I know I've said this before, but I could probably sound like a repeating, like a record that just is on repeat. The individuation, if you're looking for that level of love and you're done with attracting the type of men, this is a very strong piece of the puzzle, a very powerful piece of the puzzle. You cannot shoot a cannon from a canoe, and a lot of women are shooting cannons from a canoe, wanting to have the love of their life, and they're attracting the men that don't respect them, that don't cherish them, that don't adore them, that cross their boundaries, that are repeating the same wounds from the past, just a different man. Same pig, different lipstick. Because you cannot launch the level of love that you want, which is sacred union love, which is a high frequency love, which is a purified love, which is a high alchemical love. You cannot do that from a cannon. I mean, you cannot shoot that cannon from a canoe. Your canoe is your origin. Part of your origin, not all of it. We do want to keep the beautiful things that have been passed down through our bloodlines, through your traditions. Some traditions, some cultures that are very purified, that have a very clean frequency on it, that are good. Because I'm not saying that your parents are all shit, because that's just a lie. Even though some of us have really been born into really horrible situations, I'm not talking about that though. I'm talking about, like, you know, the good qualities, the good character traits, the good, the great personality and traditions that are in your family that feel so good, because traditions are important, but it's not about being, what's that word? There's a word. Pragmatic. Right? It's not about being, I think it's no, dogma? Pragmatic? No. Where it's more ingrained of the same thing, where you can't, like, break out of it. Like, you can't, can't remember what the name is. So, with me this month, every time that I create a threshold that I'm breaking through, which I am, and when it comes to my business and in my relationship too, because where I am and how my business is growing is absolutely a huge part because of Ron. It's a huge part because of him. Because of our love. Because of the level of interaction between him and I. And as I deepen and expand in our love, my business is actually able to deepen and expand too, because the stronger the solidification that I have in our love and how I talk and how I feel power meeting power, it allows me to, like, gives me this strength, like this open heart feeling. But the last conversation that we had, I remember feeling like I had, like, there was, like, my back was leaned up against something, you know what I mean? Like, in a good way. Like, if I fell backwards, I was going to have this energetic strength hold me up. And I know that's from our relationship and my relationship with God, and how I continue to circulate this energy between Ron, God, and I. Ron, God, and I. Ron, God, and I. Just circulating this energy. And through my business too, it's like all of these are all interchanging, all interacting together. And this strong foundation is needed. The growth that I'm experiencing now was only available to me because of my consistent courage and creating, solidifying the foundations that I needed. So much foundations that I needed, and I wanted so often to quantum leap. We all want that. We all want the sexy things, and we try to escape. We try to escape our reality because our reality is not enough. But then the thing is that we have to realize that where you are is perfect, and where you are, there's a reason why you are where you are. And a lot of that is, okay, where is this foundation that we need to work on? Where is this piece of love that you still need to work on? and not in a way that you have to be perfect in order to have the love of your life come in. You don't need to be perfect, but there are certain energies that need to start releasing, continuing to clean, purify, all the things, build a foundation, build a solid woman of who you are, all the things that is so strong that what you are a point of attraction to for love is only for that one person. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Because let me see where we're at. We've got 10 minutes in. I mean, let me see if there's anything else I want to add to this. I really don't think that there is. Today's the 3rd of July. I feel like this is what I really wanted to talk about. Because you cannot skip the foundations. You cannot skip the basics will always be there. You cannot skip rudimentary work. You cannot skip fundamentals. You cannot skip your inner child and the shit that she went through in her childhood that needs to be purified, cleansed, alchemized. You can't skip all that. If you try to skip all that, it'll feel like you're a hamster on a wheel just going in circles and circles versus actually calling in what you want. So yeah, I think this is it. I think this is what I want to say. Just a reminder that your foundations is always going to be important. That masculine frame is always going to be important in your life. It's always going to be so important in your life. And we have to stay grounded in both this masculine energy and in your feminine expansion, right? And your desires, in the new identities that you're creating. This masculine frame has to expand with you, has to grow and solidify with you. And I just wanted to remind you of that. That this masculine piece is important. Don't skip the foundations. If you're not receiving the results that you want, first of all, know that your desires have been put out into the universe. They have been put out and they are working. They are working for you. And where do I need to land here? Right where I am right now. Where is it right now? Where am I trying to leap? Where I actually need to take just one baby step. What do I need to do? Where in this journey? What individuation do I have? What healing? What forgiveness? All the things. So I need to do. All right, my love. So that's it for today. I will see you tomorrow for July 4th. And I will talk to you soon. Bye. Get ready for my new one-on-one clients. So excited for our first call.